Hey.
Greetings from Central America.
Hey, everybody. So we're live. She put it on. I didn't even know we put it on. So,
Ow.
I'm just coming from the gym and finished working out. So I decided to come as I am with my gym attire. You can't see the bottom, but I got some spandex on. So today we're going to talk about...
Speak so fast. Get the people warmed up.
Get it warmed up.
Name that sprout. Name that sprout. Ow. 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 Name that sprout. Name that song. Ow. Could have been you. Should have been you. The topic today is can fruits and vegetables end suffering? Can fruits and vegetables end suffering? And then part 2 today is going to be a question, a Q&A. So we begin questions from folks. So we're going to be answering some of those questions online. If you have questions, send them to us in the DM or feel free to leave us a question on the Instagram page, either Delilah Fitness or Body Culinary. And then we'll bring those questions and answer them to the best of our ability on Sunday. Plus we have the kind of watermelon.
Oh.
So can, and first of all, can anybody name the song now? Ow. If you can name this artist, we'll send you some fresh sorrow. Ow. Should have been you. And I use the word suffering. I'm very purposeful in using the word suffering because right now, not the first time, we're watching family members suffer. And it's very uncomfortable to watch people suffer. I mean, when I say suffer, people are suffering. Can't walk, hooked up on numerous medications, have different items hooked up to them, so they need assistance in elimination. So these are things that quite often, as a culture and the people, we take for granted until we're being wheeled in on a gurney into the hospital or until right before the surgery or after the surgery when we're in pain. So the question is, can something as simple as fruits and vegetables end suffering? Now I say, yes. I'd rather take you let us know what you think. I'd rather take my chances with the watermelon. Some people say fruits and vegetables is too expensive. I'll take my chances here with the hospital bill. I think the hospital bill is more expensive. Being in pain is very expensive. But let's look at the different ways that something is simple. We're going to keep this simple so the light bulbs go off so that people get it. We really just want to, it's not here to preach. We're just sharing our simple experience. Grown folks can do whatever they want to do. I don't like pain. I like to avoid it as much as possible. So it's actually quite traumatized. I think we touched on this in a previous subject in a previous live of watching family members suffer because a lot of it is because of the choices that we've made. There is the question, and we're going to answer with a solution. Can fruits and vegetables improve the quality of your life? So
all right, guys. All right, let's do this. You don't need to be a mathematician. What do you think logically? And even people who eat junk food know that they shouldn't be eating, but they eat it anyway. For me, the deepest things is trigger. Why are you eating that? Because you already know. Everybody could Google information on fruits and vegetables. It's not original. And I'm speaking to educated consumers and grown folks in their 30s and up. So you guys, I'm not going to speak to you like children. You know what I mean? We grown. This is a grown and sexy show. That's why I got my stomach out and I'm grown and sexy without being trashy. You already know. So if you make a decision, yes, we know fruits and vegetables can make a big difference. But do you want to make a big difference in your life?
Well, for example, how many servings of fruits and vegetables? Some people don't know how many servings. Wait a minute. Many people, you cannot make that assumption. Many people don't know how many servings.
Okay, so for
wait a minute.
Wait, let me finish.
Hold on. They changed the recommendations for how many fruits and vegetables several times. So you cannot assume
I'm so over it. I hear what she's saying, but when you eat food that has fiber in it, your body will naturally come to a place of being sustained. You eat processed food, there's no nutritional value in it. Evidence has shown, I took a nutrition course, that when you eat food that's fiber, that has fiber and phytonutrients, your body naturally, now you know you can't eat a whole bunch of watermelon, but you can eat a bunch of candy because candy doesn't have fiber in it. You know this is complex carbohydrates. The candy is simple. And when you eat complex carbohydrates, it disseminates in the blood, slowly releasing the sugar. When you eat simple sugars, that's why when you see kids at the playground, they run around crazy and then they run out of gas. That's because they had a sugar high. I can't eat this whole watermelon by myself. I cannot. Even if I wanted to, because of the water content and the fiber, my body's going to come to a place where it can't take any more. And it's naturally going to stop.
What about melon belly?
But even if you have a melon belly, it's better than having eating like at Thanksgiving when you're scarfing.
Yeah, I know what melon belly is. Okay, so melon belly, for those folks that are familiar with the fruitarian or veggie, for you folks that research online.
What that is.
Well, melon belly is like if you eat a whole lot of fruit. For those people that are eating 80-10-10 or large amounts of fruit.
I don't even get into that.
Well, but if you eat large amounts of fruit, I've done this experiment too. Like if I ate a whole pineapple or something, initially, and this is a question people have asked, can you get bloated from eating lots of fruit? So initially, your stomach can become a little distended. It look like a little melon, right? But because if you're not mixing a bunch of fats and things with it, it will digest very, very quickly because it's mostly water and fiber. With melon belly, within 15 to 20 minutes, all of that water is going to be in the sugar. The natural sugar is going to be digested. The fiber slows the rate at which that sugar energy hits your bloodstream. It's also great for your skin and good for your kidneys. And if it's organic, you can also juice the rind, which some people may not know, right? Especially if you're paying by the pound. So that's a difference with melon belly. A good distinction is easier to keep a trim midsection if you're eating fruits and vegetables, right? Because they're easier to digest. And I like to say they don't leave a bunch of waste on your waistline, right? Because of the water and the fiber and the nutrients. If anything, these foods are naturally going to push a lot of the toxins and the old waste, toxins in the form of old waste and undigested food out of your stomach. And they're also going to hydrate you. When the body is dehydrated, we have a tendency to become constipated, right? There's not enough water in the system. It's way before the holidays. And we go through the same thing. Many of us the same thing every year. And actually, when you look at a lot of the vegan pages, people are leaving out the meat. But we're still doing so much mac and cheese, which is still so fatty, so much oil, so much starch. Sometimes we don't really even see a big shift in the weight. What have you observed? Listen to the music.
I'm going to be at the gym working out. So I don't celebrate the holiday, but
what have you observed in terms of people that you've seen, within the black community that have gone vegan? Do you see a dramatic increase in the fruits and vegetables?
No, I don't.
So what do you see?
I see a lot of increase in fake meat, fake fried pats, beef patties.
Which we used to eat.
And I'll be honest with you, she's cute, but I'm going to keep it real with you. I see an increase, not so much of the fruits and vegetables. And if they do fruits and vegetables, they'll fry it. They'll do what they do with the jackfruit. They'll make sloppy joes out of it. So, and studies have shown that a lot of people that's gone vegan have cholesterol issues. So when we say vegan, let's be real, a lot of people are going vegan by titles. But they're still eating chicken patties. They're still eating beef patties. And they're throwing a little lettuce on top with some bread and ketchup. And that's a vegan burger.
We used to eat that stuff. So
it's not that I'm beating up people, because it is a better choice that you are eating fruits and vegetables, but it's processed. I'm a firm believer, if you're going to eat fruits and vegetables, it shouldn't have you shouldn't make, I wouldn't make my vegetables taste like chicken. They even have vegan oxtail.
Ew.
Vegan oxtail. So I'm not.
Are you sure?
I swear to God. I swear to God, they got vegan oxtail now. Vegan oxtail. Vegan.
How can you have a vegan oxtail?
You could. I'm gonna be honest with you. You could take anything and make it taste like meat.
If I have to look, I have always been a person that has invested in myself. Even when I was younger, I would take my last money in my pocket and buy a book to learn something. And then many of us that don't invest in ourselves, but we want so much, but we're not willing to invest in good quality food, or perhaps a gym membership.
As
Maybe
women,
we don't invest in ourselves.
we don't invest in ourselves, but we invest in other people. We got a relationship with somebody that ain't working. We support him.
Well, you think we invest in our health?
I think women.
Do we invest in our health?
No.
That's what I just said.
I think we invest in. We don't invest in
We
ourselves,
invest in other
but we
people.
give other people our energy.
Yes.
So we don't invest in ourselves. We give other people energy that need to be out of our life. They suck up. They take the wins. They take the bonus, and then they leave after they done suck you dry and move on to somebody else. So my thing is that. Did you love yourself this week?
Did you invest in
yourself?
Did you
invest in you?
Do you have something tangible? We want to hear about the deliverables, right? Because we working folks, right? At your job, you have a deliverable. You have something specific and tangible that you need to do in order to get that paycheck, right? So if you want health and you want vitality, you have to invest something. So what did you execute? You have to deliver on something. If that's a 20 minutes here, if that's a 15 minutes here. Like I said in the video, the Afro Blues Yoga, even if you're stiff, even if one time you were athletic and used to do this many hours, okay, that's what you did back then. But some of us won't execute and do now because we keep reminiscing on what we did in the past. You don't have to let stiffness or injury stop you from continuing on with your personal movement practice. You want to create a movement practice that is yours, that is portable, that you can do if you don't have any equipment, if you don't have anybody, you can do it. A lot of us don't get the benefits of a lot of the herbs that we're taking because we still put herbs on top of junk food and mix it in our belly and we still drinking and smoking. Not knocking you, but we're not getting the full benefit. We're not able sometimes because of all the gunk in the intestines to absorb the benefits of the expensive stuff that we're putting into the system. So we're in a time where we can.
And that's a metaphor for life.
Yeah, we have more certification. And the certification is good, but the execution and the results. Because I know if I'm going to spend my money for something or invest in somebody, I want to see somebody that is consistently living a lifestyle. Doesn't mean that they're perfect, but they're living something so they can give me some feedback on where they've had issues and how long they've been doing it. Have they been incorporating the herbs? But are they eating herbs and still eating junk food and devitalized and mostly junk food?
Also conversations. Are you still cussing and cursing and doing all kind of stuff? Hold up, let me finish.
Every now and then a curse is
unless it's needed, where somebody needs to be cussed out. You know what I'm saying? We save that vocabulary for those special ones in our life that need to be, But did you invest in you energy-wise? Did you remove anybody that needed to be removed? Did you love yourself? Did you set a bath for yourself, a bubble bath, and, give yourself a little treatment? I do that, girl. But anyway, did you love yourself? Remember the color purple? Ooh, that was good. With Whoopi
Goldberg,
and she never smiled. She did everything for Mr. And Mr. just laid on top of her and did his business. Now are you that character in the color purple where you just let Mr. lay on you and then you make Mr's dinner and this and that, or did you love yourself? Did you love yourself and get rid of Mr.? Give him the hand. Remember when she left?
Hopefully Mr. ain't
Remember when she left? She gave him the hand. She said
until you do right by me, ain't nothing gonna
come.
But that applies to
us. So my thing is that, did you do right by you? Did you do right by you? Because you're not going to run around and play the victim role. Well, I did this for this person. They ain't do this for me.
What did you do for yourself?
But what did you do for you? What did you do for you? Don't be running around there telling those stories when you ain't really taking care of you. Now, that's on you. Don't play the victim card. We're not doing that. In this room, we don't play the victim card. We call a spade a spade.
Why? Because it's not serving us.
And it's not. Because we would be doing you a disservice by amening you and telling you all the things that you want to hear. And that if you got friends in your life that ain't telling you the truth, you need to get some new friends.
But it doesn't mean that we may not have been victimized, but I'm like, hashtag new narrative, right? Are we going to let the story and the excuses run our life, right? There could be valid excuses, but do we let the excuses and the story sabotage us mentally from being able to execute a new action? Right? That's why I'm learning to do things for me. Good for you, Defina.
It's all about that, girl. I'm 53. I ain't got much time to be playing with the...
What do you mean you ain't got much time?
I don't have much time for the BS. I don't have much time for the BS. It's too expensive and it's toxic. And I spent a lot of time doing that.
Listen, y'all, you can't get this time back. You cannot get the time back if you are not really making investments. If you see you're not... Oh, Sister Sylvia said she's 62. Huh? Yes,
Sylvia.
She looked for the best ginger. Canal Street. I used to be in Canal Street all the time. I got my little stomping grounds in the States.
Oh, before I go any further, we are doing a fibroids webinar on the 10th of November. 10th of November. The 10th of November. It's not November now. 2 weeks. We're doing a webinar on fibroids. I'm sure you guys have seen it in the room, posted in the room. If you know anybody, and we're gonna deal with the real issue. This is sister girl business. So we're gonna talk about the perms in your hair and how it's processed, all that stuff is going in your skull and your brain, and how it's producing certain. I'm gonna save that, but we are doing a webinar on fibroids. Also, we're gonna touch up on some emotional stuff, some triggers and trauma that affects that.
So send us a DM. Several people
send us a DM. Send us a DM for the fibroids webinar that's going to be happening November 10th. And we're going to really get into it. We're going to dissect it, and we're going to come up with natural solutions. All right? So that's real. That's real.
So today's post, here's a part. I'm not going to do the whole thing. There's a post that we posted today on the Body Culinary Instagram. So in the front yard, we have some cerasee. So we're used to the cerasee usually in the States. I had never seen fresh cerasee until we came to Central America. Now it grows here abundantly. And that's one of the top bitter herbs, right? Bitter herbs are good for you, right? I call it money for your body. So we pick fresh cerasee right out of the yard, right? And every environment is going to give you something you can pick. So we posted the fresh cerasee on Body Culinary on Instagram. And so here's how the inspiration was moving this morning. So fresh cerasee, right? In our yard, bush medicine, right? So I'm all for the grandmothers. I'm the one that is all for restoring the ways of the grandmothers. Those making liniment. And y'all have some older women in your family, grandmother, that made liniment. I don't know if you remember the liniment that they used to rub on your chest. And they knew what herbs to use for a cold, what herbs to use for your menstrual cycle, what herbs or foods to break a fever, what foods to use as medicine in any given situation. Grandmother, great-grandmothers. On any budget, in any location. They knew how to press oil, how to apply compresses, and when to leave certain herbs alone, right? I'm that person that you give me any ingredient, and we're going to eat, and we're going to eat good, right? So massaging babies with oil, head massages, all of that. Love it. Though, in this new day, right, today, this nurturing energy is not to be squandered on those who cannot and have not demonstrated that if they demonstrate that they don't get or comprehend the value of your nurturing and how precious it is, no bueno, they don't get it. So the nurturing that we give to others is to be applied first to ourselves, right? And reciprocity and investment is going to be required, maybe with the exception of little babies, right? Dusty behaviors, whether that's male, female, but dusty behaviors, your own dusty behaviors, and everyone else's dusty behaviors. Your dusty behaviors don't require any nurturing or any care. But instead, grown adults, they're going to get, or we get, and we warrant the butt-kicking life lessons. I told you right now, watching family members suffer. Life lessons of being without access to your nurturing energy due to lack of appreciation. Any character displayed through actions with consistency is in the order of the day, starting first with yourself. No exceptions, no passes. You could be cultivating your personal movement practice. You could be beautifying yourself. You could be resting. You could be gardening. Or you could be generating economics and getting clear.
Sister Sylvia says
right? So value yourself. Appreciate your unique, precious presence. Take care of your health and your natural beauty. Take care of your health and your natural beauty. Everything else is going to line up.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, I love it. Sylvia, Sister Sylvia, you said, yes, I did that. I was with someone for 11 years and did not love him. Just wanted a man. That's
you better tell
just wanted
truth.
a man.
See?
Wait a minute.
You better tell the truth.
Just wanted a man. Wait a minute. I got to get that. Just wanted a man to say. I just wanted a man to say. Wait a minute.
You got to tap
Just
that.
wanted a man to say that I had one. Ooh.
You better tell the truth.
All right, B. Wait, Sylvia.
Hold on.
Sylvia, you had something to say.
You got to tap see more.
So I had a man 5 years. It's been 5 years. Now we can't. It's been 5 years, and I met so many nice men.
I just enjoy talking to, and I do not need to live with them.
Woo!
You better tell the truth. See,
now,
when you get to a certain age, you tell the truth. You
Sylvia,
better tell the
you
truth.
done.
You telling the truth.
You done open up the gospel
You telling
right
the
there.
truth.
Sylvia, I am so grateful for that comment. Thank
Wow.
you. Sylvia, Ashe.
Wow.
Ashe.
Honey, that's the word.
Ashe.
You better tell the
Now,
truth and shame the devil, and that's the energy, right?
a lot of us are overweight and we eat stuff because
and overweight emotionally.
we don't want to deal with emotionally eating. We want to, and you held it right on that. We want a man just to say that we got a man in our life. We want a man just to say we got a man in our life. We don't want to be by ourselves because we don't want people talking about, oh, she ain't got no man.
Or sometimes you just don't want to be by. You don't want to deal.
Or you don't want to be by yourself. But that is so true. She said she 5 years she's been, and she met some nice people. You know, I will be honest with you. A lot of you sisters are not gonna know how to take this, but this is gonna be a lot of us we ain't gonna have no man in our life, and that's just the real deal. Not like that. We're gonna end up having our sisters or friends that's gonna take care of us when we get old, and that's just the way it's gonna be.
Those are different types of love relationships,
and it's a family. That's extended family, and that's okay because a lot of us so badly want a man that we just put ourselves out there and we just go for anything, especially that we older.
Let people climb up on top of you and do their business.
And you let people take advantage of you, and then you end up bitter and angry. Yeah, you know what I mean. And that's how you get cancer. That's how you eat processed food and toxic food because you can't deal. And food is something a comfort. We eat macaroni and cheese. We eat all kind of hogs nogs, chitlins, and hog maws, chitlins, and all kind of stuff. And we already dead. We like zombies because we're in a dead relationship. We're dead, spirit dead. We just wait for the physical to tilt over and get in that box, girl.
That sounds horrible.
Get in that box.
Woo,
a lot of us be living like zombies. Zombie is real because there's a lot of living dead among us. There's a lot of people. It's a zombie mentality. Just like we have a lot of succubus vampires that sucking at the life force of.
But hold on, if you take your neck and go here and you vomit to your neck.
But you know what? To be honest with you, we have a lot of, and they say the devil is on the ground. The devil is walking every day on this earth. He ain't got no horns, but it's sucking up life energy, and we giving it. So Sylvia, Ashe. Thank you for sharing your truth. Because somebody's going to take that, and I hope that's a gem, and run with it. You just saved a lot of people with your truth.
You know what? And the sisters, if y'all in here, the ones that are really like in dire straits in terms of their health, that have gone through
somebody said, talk that truth. Talk truth.
Listen.
You know it's true, girl.
On the plane, when I work for the airline, you have to give the oxygen to who first?
You.
The oxygen. If you don't get the